What a weekend it was for Jude Bellingham. The England midfielder scored both Real Madrid goals in their 2-1 win over Barcelona in El Clasico.
Let's get some reaction from Spain. La Liga TV presenter Semra Hunter joins us now. Semra, great to see you. Right, his first goal. Everyone's talking about what a brilliant strike it was. Maybe one of the goals of the season. But what's been the reaction in Spain to his own individual performance?
Well, you can look no further than the two front pages of the Madrid dailies, Marca and AS yesterday. AS had him, of course, in all his glory, arms spread out, tongue out, and it said, Bellingham sticks his tongue out. Then you have AS, which says, Lord Bellingham. So everybody is continuing to just bow down to this phenomenal figure that we have in Spanish football. And I think there is really a bit of a shift now where people are no longer surprised and they're coming to expect this from Jude Bellingham. He has time and time again come to the aid and to the rescue of Real Madrid when they've needed him, when they've needed somebody to pop up with a goal. He's scored quite a few now in late stages of the game, even in extra time. And even still, he didn't have the best game, let's be honest, in the Clasico. He was relatively quiet, but actually he had two phenomenal goals and he still continues to be incredibly decisive. I think even more, what's really impressed so many people is that, to my mind, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the first Real Madrid player to have ever scored in his La Liga debut, in his Champions League debut, and the Clasico debut. And we're talking about a player who has now scored in 13 games, 13 goals, 3 assists. He's only not scored in 3, by the way. So we're talking about, on average, a goal contribution in every single game across 16 games. I mean, the sky's the limit for him. Actually, I don't even think there is really a limit for Jude Bellingham. He continues to be such a phenomenon and makes such a huge impact in a way that I think does still continue to shock a lot of people in the fact that he's only 20 years old. But it is becoming more of a commonplace thing, a regular thing. I think a lot of even Barcelona fans, as disappointed as they were, kind of understood, okay, well, listen, we're witnessing greatness here. There's really not much you can do when you have a player like Jude Bellingham on the pitch. You can conjure up a bit of magic out of nowhere. That first strike that you talk about was without a doubt the best goal that he's scored so far with Real Madrid. Definitely contender for the season. The second goal was more like what he's been scoring so far from within the sides, from inside the box or even tap-ins. But he is such an incredible player that I think everybody kind of says, okay, well, if he's involved, it's understandable.
This is a big question, Semra, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you think he's the best player in the world right now?
You know what? I think so. And I would say, at the very least, I think he's probably the most informed player. I mean, everything is going in his favor right now. He pretty much can't put a foot wrong. Even as I say, when he's not having his best day in the office, he's still making all the difference, and especially in a game like a Clasico, which can, at the end of the season, be the difference between whether someone like a Real Madrid or Barcelona end up winning the title. And so I have a friend who actually the other day made the joke for the Ballon d'Or next year. He's like, we should call it the Bellon d'Or. We should change it because of Jude Bellingham. Obviously, he's going to win it if he continues to be on this trajectory that he's on. So I would say, yeah, right now, for my taste, I mean, obviously, I don't watch every single league, so I can't really say. But I would say at the very least in his position, he has to be the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham wins it next year. Joe Bellingham the year after. Then it really is the Ballon d'Or. Semra, thank you so much for that. Great to hear all that praise for England's central midfielder. Thanks, Semra.
You're welcome.